The Bills' offense improved in 2015 under Greg Roman, finishing the season as the 13th best offense statistically. Most of that improvement can be attributed to the number one rushing game. With the running game being the focus, the Bills need to be more efficient through the air. I want to analyze Taylor's development within the Greg Roman offense. Trent Dilfer made comments in early February that he wasn't a fan of the Bills' passing attack. He put the onus on the coaches. He said that he isn't a fan of what the Bills do schematically and that their drop-back game needs to grow. He's right, the passing game was downright bad at times and finished the season as the fourth worst passing attack in the league. The struggles were due to a first-time starter in Tyrod Taylor learning the nuances of the NFL, but also the play calling by Greg Roman. Roman brought Taylor along very slowly when it came to the passing game, but as Taylor got more comfortable, he loosened the reins a bit. Roman structured the passing game very strictly. One way he did that was to make reads simple and easy. If Taylor saw a certain coverage, he would throw it to a certain player. Like on this play, Roman puts a playmaker, Charles Clay, in the slot. If Taylor gets man coverage, which he does, he relies on the playmaker to get open. Roman packaged zone or man beater concepts a lot in 2015. Taylor sees man coverage with a single high safety. He takes a snap, Shady McCoy picks up the blitz, and Taylor delivers as Clay is breaking back to the ball. Here's another man coverage beater. Woods comes open, but Taylor doesn't deliver. He gets happy feet in the pocket, scrambles, and the Bills have to punt. The Pats confuse Taylor post-snap. Instead of two safeties high, they bring number 32 McCourty into the middle of the field. Taylor could deliver the ball to Woods right now, in stride for the first down. Taylor doesn't like the look, so he pulls the ball down and scrambles out of bounds. Believe it or not, Roman commonly worked the offense through Sammy Watkins. The Bills used a lot of 3x1 wide receiver sets with Sammy to one side of the field. Roman would have Taylor peek to his side to see if the coverage was favorable. But on this play, it wasn't, so Taylor had to move to his next read to the opposite side of the field. Check out what I mean. Watch Taylor look to Sammy, but the safety takes the route away. His next read is completely across the field. By the time he looks, he has to escape and make a play for the touchdown. That kind of play design is good if the quarterback recognizes the coverage and can deliver to the first read. But it is very difficult if that first read is taken away. Like on this play, the play to Sammy is taken away. Taylor then focuses on the wide receivers to the right. He has to read the zone coverage quickly. He decides to throw the ball to Clay, but the throw is high and it's intercepted. On the snap, he is watching number 32. The safety screams to the flat, so he works to his right. The drop-back pass rhythm is off, and it leads to a rush throw. That means bad footwork, and the throw is off. To the top of the screen, Roman builds in a man coverage beater. But if that play doesn't work, Taylor can move on, and on the backside, the routes are zone beaters. The problem is, the Finns are in man coverage. Taylor doesn't throw to the wideout, and when he tries working through the progression, there is no one open. He peeks to the wideout and moves on in his progression. No one is open, so he has to take the sack. Same thing happens here. He sees that Sammy trips, so he moves on in his progression. He scans the field and sees nothing. He has enough time to come back to Sammy, so he takes a deep shot. Watch Taylor's eyes from the tight camera angle. On the snap, he finds his safety. The safety stays over the top, so he scans the other wide receivers. He doesn't like those looks, so he fires it deep on point to Sammy Watkins. Taylor is a young starter, but his athleticism makes up for the lack of playing experience. On this play, he reads the defense well, but the slot corner does a great job of reading the route combination. Taylor extends the play and finds Harvin for the 20-yard gain. On the snap, Taylor looks to Harvin, but he isn't open. He escapes the pocket and Harvin goes into scramble drill mode, giving his QB an outlet for a good gain. As the year went on, Roman worked in more and more plays that allowed Taylor to work through normal progressions, not just man versus zone reads. On this 3rd and 4 play, Taylor works through his reads and finds Sammy for the first down. Taylor is watching number 53 to figure out the coverage. If that defender covers the flats, he knows it's cover 3. He gets cover 3, so he knows exactly where to go with the ball. Of course, Roman does call deep shots often. This is a typical call from this part of the field, and the Bills have nothing to lose. Taylor sees the safety drop down post-snap, so he just buys time until he can deliver the bomb to Sammy. Right from the snap, Taylor is watching the safety to Sammy's side. He gets the look he wants and drops a dime. Here's a look from the broadcast angle. Taylor shows off his progression in the offense on this play. He play fakes, then finds Charles Clay on the deep out. The motion shows that the defense is in man coverage. So Taylor takes the snap, fakes to Shady, stands tall in the pocket and delivers a perfect pass. Check it out again. On the next 2 plays versus the Pats, Taylor shows off that he learns quickly. On this play, Taylor should anticipate the throw to Sammy Watkins based on the man coverage. But he misses his chance and the ball goes incomplete. Here's the same play later in the game. He checks the deep pass to Shady McCoy, but it isn't open. He prematurely escapes the pocket and eventually delivers to Sammy. Taylor peeks at the deep shot, but it isn't there, so he moves through the progression and delivers the ball to Sammy Watkins. That catch deserves a replay. Here's another play where Taylor learns from his mistakes. He reads the coverage right, but just misfires it incomplete. Well, here it is again, later in the game. Taylor doesn't miss this time. He fires it to Sammy from the far hash for an easy 8-yard gain. Give Taylor some credit for learning from his first mistake while taking what the defense gave him. On this play, the Redskins take away the slant to Sammy, so Taylor moves through his progressions. The man coverage leaves the tight end Greg wide open. On the snap, he looks at Sammy, but quickly comes off the read. The linebacker jams and stays with Woods, who is running a crossing route. Taylor sees that both linebackers are with Woods, so he knows that Greg is open on the slant-flat combo on the outside. The The Washington game was his second highest graded game of the year through the air. On this play, he calmly works through his progressions and realizes nothing is there, so he tucks and runs. On the snap, he fakes the ball to Shady McCoy. He then eyes his first read, Chris Hogan, who doesn't appear to be open, so he looks at the number 2 wide receiver in Woods and even peeks at the check down. No one is open, so he runs left. According to Pro Football Focus, Taylor had the longest snap-to-throw time average in the league. He averaged 3.22 seconds from snap to throw. Look at how he stands tall in the pocket and waits for Watkins to get open versus the Tampa 2 coverage. As you can see by watching Taylor in the pocket, Watkins isn't the first read. Hogan running the post is the first read, but Taylor doesn't like what he sees. So he keeps a good throwing base and delivers to Watkins in the hole. Taylor stays in a good throwing posture, up on his toes, eyes downfield, and then lets it rip. Watch Sammy carry out the route. Taylor comes through in the clutch on this third down play. The Bills are in a 2x2 wide receiver set. The Redskins play match zone, which is zone coverage, but based on the routes could turn to man coverage. If you look closely, they are in good shape because they have 3 defenders to the Bills' 2 receivers, so they have the outside, inside, and deep routes covered. On the snap, the receiver's routes put that extra defensive back in a bind, and Taylor throws to the correct receiver for the first down. Taylor stays calm in the pocket and knows exactly where to go with the ball. Check out the high-low concept on number 30. Tyrod Taylor put together one of the better QB seasons for the Bills in 2015. It's been a while since we've had a competent player at the position. From time to time, he will miss a receiver who is breaking open, like he does here at the top of the screen. But he has shown some progression in reading coverages, and that will continue to improve. What was even a better sign that showed up late in 2015 was the progression of the offense as a whole. Taylor's progress as a passer allowed Roman to design plays to get the ball in the hands of the Bills' weapons. Look at how he uses Watkins here as a decoy. The fake jet sweep causes the defender to bump the man that is responsible for the running back. The natural rub gets Gillislee open on the edge. Taylor's improvement over the course of the year led to Watkins emerging as one of the top wide receivers in the league in the second half of the year. In the final 8 games of the year, Taylor had the 7th highest Pro Football Focus QB rating in the NFL. Their rating doesn't punish a QB for drops or throwaways. His 90.13 rating put him behind the likes of Cam Newton, Carson Palmer, and Drew Brees. He was second in the league in deep passing touchdowns with 12, and only threw 3 interceptions. Believe it or not, Taylor was not under pressure a lot in 2015. Pro Football Focus has Taylor dropping back 467 times and only under pressure 177 times, which was the 4th least in the league. The problem is that Taylor holds the ball longer than most QBs because he has trouble reading coverages. But he is still able to make plays because of his legs and his ability to throw while under pressure or scrambling. He had a 55.5 completion percentage while under pressure, which was the 6th highest in the NFL. But there are questions heading into 2016. Can Taylor take that next step? Can Roman design plays that call for a QB to work smoothly through a progression? Roman really ran a tight ship when it came to designing those kind of plays in 2015. His passing game, in my opinion, was very rudimentary. He separated the reads into halves, which is a common tactic when you have a young QB. If Taylor got man coverage, he would throw to a certain wide receiver, but if zone coverage, then he would look backside. I understand that Roman purposely kept the passing game simple, but from studying the tape, I believe that he didn't challenge Taylor enough. Consistently packaging man and zone beaters into one play doesn't allow a quarterback to get into rhythm and can often lead to improper footwork. It also makes it difficult when teams show Taylor a different picture from pre-snap to post-snap. In the end, I think Taylor and Roman both upped their game, and I believe that Roman designs an offense suited better for the quarterback in 2016.